intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Daily with Doc. Let's go ahead and open up that waiting room as we have a full waiting room, people patiently waiting as we're going through and getting everything set and getting the man himself on the air with us. So, folks, you're tuning in to Daily with Doc and Becca. My name is Becca Dukes, and as the hostess of this program, I am excited for today's program as we are going to be talking about our future, folks. So yes, our little ones, they are our future. So we're going to talk about growing them strong and the secret ingredients to a healthy child. So to help me do that, we have an amazing doctor. But as we are coming on, we want to make sure that if you were invited by somebody specific, that amazing person is going to be your point of contact when you have questions and want to get more information about what we talk about today or any day here on Daily with Doc. If there's no one to thank, you are welcome to give our call team a call at 855-949-3377. Again, this number is for people not already working with somebody, not referred to this program by anybody. That's 855-949-3377. So wherever you're watching us from, whether you're here live with us in the live Zoom room, hello and welcome. If you'd like to join us in the live, you are welcome to do so by going to zoom.dailywithdoc.com. That's zoom.dailywithdoc.com. So now, without further ado, it is my honor and privilege to bring to the screen with me the doctor who actually helped me find my health back, Dr. Joel Wallach. Now, Dr. Wallach has a Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences. He has a Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. He has 3 postdoctorates in pathology, and he's a naturopathic physician. So in addition to treating people or animals or whatever that can't tell you what's wrong with them, he then, through all of his research, connected dots, found the ailments, the nutritional deficiencies that went along with them. And because he couldn't find formulas that met his expectations, he put together a team that formulated nutritional products that we as humans can take and get positive results. And I found some of those products, but today we're going to be talking about our kids and helping them grow strong. So, Dr. Joel Wallach, I know you've got lots of things that you've got on your mind and making sure you got everything in place. Welcome to Daily with Doc.
Well, thank you, Becca. Thank you, team, for everybody working hard. I know it's been a little crazy today, but thank you for your patience and thank you for all you do on behalf of our viewers and our members.
Well, thank you, Doc, for not giving up and getting it so that all the buttons lined up and we got you on the screen. So I'm super excited. You know, nothing that's worth working for comes super easy, right?
That's correct.
So let's go ahead, folks. for those of you who don't know Dr. Wallach found the cause of a mass die-off in sheep, and it had to be with environmental pollutions. Actually had to be with fertilizers that were getting into their drinking water, which then caused a goiter issue, a thyroid issue that caused them not to be able to maintain their own body temperature. And when the temperature dropped, so did they. He also found the first non-human case of cystic fibrosis in a Rhesus monkey while he was working at the Yerkes Primate Center. Not only did he find the first case, he also found the cause. That cause was nutritional. And correcting those nutritionals, he also found that it's not genetic. So that should be good news for any and all of us. Not only did he find that and the cause and the way to correct it, he also found the cause of muscular dystrophy being a nutritional deficiency. And it can be remedified, reversed. Doc, you can use words that I'm not able to use, but folks, when you give the body what it needs, the body itself can do some amazing things. And because we're continually generating new cells, when those raw ingredients that the body needs to create those cells are optimal, we're going to get optimal health. We're going to start regenerating healthier and healthier cells, which then makes us healthier as human beings. So no matter where you're at and what you got going on, give your body what the body needs, and the body itself can do some amazing things. Now, Dr. Wallach is going to share some of his research with us that has led him to find what the body needs. And not just our bodies, but folks, let's start with children, which is where our program is going to be helping us find the best approach to helping our children grow strong. So Dr. Wallach, are you ready to take this away?
Oh, yeah. And I want to start out with sudden death syndrome.
I forgot.
Laying on the babies and suffocating them, and the mother committing suicide because they're being blamed for the baby's death and all this kind of stuff. It turns out there's a simple nutritional deficiency. And Dr. Milan and I, we went to Qishan, China, because Qishan disease in China is the same thing as sudden death syndrome here. Okay, so Dr. Milan and I, we did 1,700 autopsies on kids under the age of 10 in Qishan, China, and they were thought to be Qishan disease. Okay, and so we did the work and proved that it was actually the same thing as sudden death syndrome, and we were able to find the cause. It was actually just a nutritional deficiency. And so we sued the FDA 8 times in federal court. They re-sued us. We sued them again. They sued us back. We sued them. They sued us back. After 8 times, they gave up, and we were able to force these manufacturers of baby formulas to put these nutrients in there. Within 3 months' time, after we were able to get all these nutrients into baby formulas by law, sudden death syndrome went away. You don't hear about it anymore because we eliminated it by getting all those nutrients put into the baby formulas. So we're very, very proud of that. So that's sort of the sort of stuff we do. Okay. Now, what I want to talk about today is Rebecca was talking about. There's so many diseases that are nutritional deficiencies that the doctors say are genetic. There are no genetically transmitted diseases. The only thing that are genetic with humans is eye color, skin color, hair color, and your gender, or your boy or girl. That's the only thing that is genetic. Everything else is a nutritional deficiency disease. We have so many kids, especially right now, they're getting sick and dying like crazy, okay, from all kinds of infections. I mean, you hear about a new infection killing kids on the TV and the radio just about every day, a new one every day, okay? We have something that tastes like water, looks like water, smells like water. You can put in an open wound, it won't hurt you, no stinging. And it's actually our colloidal silver. It's been around for over 400 years. Colloidal silver has been used for 400 years. It kills all bacteria, all viruses, all fungus, all yeast. Penicillin only kills Staphylococcus and Streptococcus. our colloidal silver kills all viruses, all bacteria, all fungus, and all yeast. And I take a dropper full every day before breakfast, before lunch, actually 2 droppers full. One on the left side of my tongue, one on the right side of the tongue. And I'll do this again. This is my second one today because I did my breakfast one. This is my lunch one. I'll do a dinner one. I'll do a bed one. Okay, it's colloidal silver. Again, it tastes like water. Kids don't object to taking it because there's no bad taste to it, no stinging, nothing like that. And
Doc?
it eliminates so many diseases.
Well, and if I may add, I have used that, Dr. Wallach, for children who have had eye infections and adults that have had eye infections and styes, just a couple drops in each eye, couple times a day. It does not sting one iota. I actually put some in my eyes this morning, trying to get rid of the whatever's causing this allergy of creating my eyes to water. So it's super easy to use. It's safe. And you get very little resilience, which is really important when we're working with our kiddos. And that is the colloidal silver. You can find the colloidal silver. It's called Ultimate Colloidal Silver. You can find that at dailywithdoc.com, or again, get back with a person that shared this program with you. What else? So Doc, that's gonna help with, some of the elements that are external, like you mentioned, the bacteria, virus, that type of things. What do you have for us next?
Okay. Well, next I want to talk about kids that have all kinds of problems with memory, behavior, those kinds of things. And this could be Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, ALS, those kind of things. There's
Autism.
like autism. We came up with I-26. Kids like the chewables, but we do also have capsules and powder to put into liquids. But the chewables, I take 3 of those twice a day. The chewables, and I don't see my bottle here. Okay, it must be at the kitchen table. Okay, at any rate. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
I've got mine right here, Doc.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And they're about the diameter of a quarter, but they're only a millimeter thick, or 1/2 millimeter thick, but they're the flat disc, diameter of a quarter. And we have the French vanilla, we have the banana coconut, and so the kids love it. Okay, and it's one of those things where it helps. We have kids, they're just totally zero brain function, and in a couple of weeks' time, it comes back. In a couple of more weeks' time, they don't have it anymore. It's very easy. Nutritional deficiencies. It's not genetic, and it's not something that happened from some mysterious disease. Okay, so we're very proud of that. And the next thing we want to talk about in kids, okay, and adults, is getting all the supplements we need, because we have joints, we have cartilage and ligaments and connective tissue and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I'm the maker, I'm the creator of glucogel, which took the place of what?
Glucogel, bone broth. It took the place of
Bone broth.
bone
Yeah,
broth.
took the place of bone broth, which had been used for thousands of years. And people would boil bone in vinegar water at night, and they would drink it in the morning. And this is where they were getting their minerals. It's called bone broth. Well, about, I don't know, 10 years ago, I came up with glucogel. Okay. And glucogel, is that glucogel? Yeah.
Yeah, it's glucogel. This is one of my favorites, Doc. I mean, I have lots of favorites. This is one of my first favorites.
Yeah. Okay. Glucogel. I take 3 of those twice a day. Okay. And I'm 85 years old. And it's one of those things where glucogel, they come in capsules and they come in soft gels, both. Okay. And so it's, and it comes in powder. Okay. So it's one of those things where I-26 has really been a huge benefit to our population. And kids coming along now, they don't know about a lot of these problems because their mothers and grandmothers are giving them the I-26, and so they don't get the problems. Okay. But they do need to consume those. They do need to eat their soft scrambled eggs in butter. No margarines, no margarines, no margarines. You have to cook the eggs soft scrambled in butter. Okay.
Can I explain what soft scrambled in butter means, Doc?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So soft scrambled butter means that your eggs are not dry. So soft scrambled, that's cooking it before it gets completely dry, completely hard. You want them still to be moist, but not runny. And why do you not want to overcook eggs, Dr. Wallach?
Well, you kill the nutrition that's in the eggs. You want the living stuff that's in the eggs, okay, in the yolk of the eggs, and it builds your brain cells. It builds your myelin, the white matter of the brain and spinal cord. And if you cook them hard, okay, whether hard scrambled or hard fried or whatever, you kill all those nutrients and you don't get the benefit. So they need to be runny, soft scrambled, runny, okay. And I had mine this morning as usual. I have them in the morning, and about 80% of the time, I'll also have them at night with my other dinner. I had last night, I had lamb chops with soft scrambled eggs, and of course my salads and all that kind of, and rice and so on. And so you know, you can. It's not boring. It's very, very nice, and it's also very nutritional. It'll add many healthful years to your life. Don't forget the colloidal silver, okay, before each meal and when you wake up in the morning. And then
so another benefit. And why do you take it before the meal, Doc?
What's that?
Why do you take the colloidal silver before a meal?
Oh,
what's the purpose for that?
Okay, well, it is absorbed under your tongue in like 3 seconds. You squirt it in there, and before you get the dropper out of your mouth, it's already been absorbed under your tongue.
Why would you want to do that before eating?
Because you don't want anything to interfere with the absorption. Because when it's absorbed under the tongue, it goes like intravenous, like immediately.
Then what is the benefit to the body of taking it before eating a meal?
I think you're talking about our digestive enzymes.
No.
Digestive enzymes you take before our meals, you want the enzymes waiting in the stomach for the food to get down to it. You don't want to take the enzymes at the end of the meal, so it's trying to chase down all those nutrients.
So that's another nutrient that we haven't gotten to, or another supplement that we haven't gotten to. But Dr. Wallach, with the colloidal silver, with it being antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial, antiviral,
yes,
if you take it before eating,
anti-yeast,
and anti-yeast, if you take it before eating, then if there is by chance one of those things in the food that would then lead to food poisoning, taking the colloidal silver previously or even after is going to help eliminate the bodily effects of what could possibly lead to food poisoning.
That's correct.
So it's really important to take it, especially if you are traveling and eating out and eating in places that you normally would not, that may not be cooking their food properly. Okay, next, Doc.
Okay, next, I want to talk about our nutrition. Okay. Everybody's heard of the land flowing with milk and honey. It's in the old Bible. Okay. People lived to be 120, 150, 200, 300, 500, and the land flowing with milk and honey. And they thought it was just a simple religious God's gift. Well, it's God's gift, but it's not a mysterious thing. It's God's gift, but it's actually in certain local places. So right now, today, there's places where there's land flowing with milk and honey. And it's the mountains, the glaciers up in the mountains are grinding up the rocks at the top of the mountains. And when those rocks at the top of the mountains have 75 or more minerals in them, when those glaciers grind them up into white powder, they get into the streams coming down the side of the mountains, and it looks like milk. When you're a half a mile away and a mile away, and you're looking at the side of that mountain, it looks like a stream of milk coming down the side of that mountain. That's why they called it the land flowing with milk and honey. Well, why all those minerals getting down into the valley? There was more flowers, more bees, more honey. And so people thought this was all a mysterious God thing. No, God made it simple for us. Okay. And again, right now, the Pakistanis have the longest lived people on earth. Pakistan, of all places, has the longest lived peoples on earth. And they have the Hunzas living in the Himalayan mountains, and they're grinding up the rocks. They're getting all those minerals. And there's no medical doctors there, yet their average lifespan is 120. Many live to be 150, 200, 300. okay, because they're getting those minerals from the tops of the mountains, okay? And this is what was going on for 200, let's see, for thousands of years.
A long time.
Yeah, thousands of years before the Moses and before Jesus and before all of the Bible, the old Bible, okay? 20,000 years before that, 200,000 years before that, 200,000 years, 300,000 years, people were getting all these minerals, putting it in their food because they were using wood and coal as fuel and putting the wood ashes and coal ashes in their food as a spice and putting their wood ashes and coal ashes into their gardens, and the gardens would flourish. So they just kept doing that. Well, it turns out the reason why they could get gardens to flourish when they put wood ashes and coal ashes in there was the minerals that the plants had sucked up out of the ground. Okay, when we went to electricity at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, Thomas Edison pulled a switch and gave us electricity, and everybody ran to electricity. And we lost our source of minerals when we gave up wood ashes and coal ashes, and that's why we have so many problems now. Okay, so now we also have our plant-derived colloidal minerals, okay? Our plant-derived colloidal minerals. There's about 90 different minerals in here, I believe, okay? And plant-derived colloidal minerals. And
there's 76, 77 that are consistently in there. That is, and it was NSOF certified and
they
tested.
certify, okay. Okay, they certify 75, 76. All right. Then we also have herbal rainforest. Herbal rainforest is kind of an interesting product, okay, because it has, I think what, 15 or 16 herbs.
Herbs, including the minerals, yep.
And then it has 70, 75 minerals, okay? And if you are constipated, if you have anything going on, getting fevers and all this, that, and the other, the stuff in here, okay, the things that came from our plants, okay, their soils and ground up rocks are in this particular product, okay? Again, you're getting the minerals and you're getting the
cleansing herbs.
I'm sorry?
The cleansing herbs.
Oh yeah, the cleansing herbs. Okay, herbal rainforest, the cleansing herbs, very, very interesting stuff. Okay. Okay, now, another one, people, especially adults, they start getting problems with their joints when they're teens, maybe even when they're kids. And they get arthritis, they get osteoporosis, and they get joint problems and back problems and vertebrae problems. And that's because they're not getting enough nutrition because they're not living in the land flowing with milk and honey. Okay, so we came up with Cal Toddy as our plant minerals along with calcium. There's enough calcium in there to give you 98% of your daily requirement for calcium. So I take an ounce at breakfast, an ounce at dinner time. So I'm getting enough for a 200-pound person, okay? And I only weigh 140. Okay, that's our Cal Toddy. It tastes very, very nice, actually. And I actually put, so there's nothing left on the walls of my cup. I put the plant-derived colloidal minerals in here and swish it around so I get every drop of those plant-derived Cal Toddy minerals. Then we have another product, okay, called OsteoFX. It's another source of our calcium and things that are necessary for happy bones. And then one of my favorites, it comes from the ocean. Okay, it comes from the ocean, and all of the seaweed and that kind of stuff is called Z radical. And take it as a preventative. You should take an ounce of that twice a day. Okay, give it to little kids, give them a couple of drops for little bitty kids with their kids' toddy. Okay, and it's kind of getting the seaweed because there's more nutrients in the ocean.
Can I add to that, Dr. Wallach?
Oh, yeah.
So with the Z radical, not only are you getting the minerals that are coming from the seaweed, which are different than the plant-derived minerals, but there's overlap, absolutely, and it's okay to have that overlap. But it also includes some purees of some very antioxidant fruits, very rich in nutrients, and it has something called fucoidan. So fucoidan, through clinical research, scientific research, and put into clinical studies, has proven to be able to attach to cells that are not quite right, some of those things that we call cancer, and actually suffocate them. So that is a great one to have in your daily regimen, because they say that anytime, Dr. Wallach, we have some type of cancerous cell within our body. It just depends on if it grows or if it thrives. And the body's always trying to protect us. So it encapsulates it into like safety cells. But adding Z radical to your daily diet is absolutely fantastic, and it's safe for children as well. For children on the Z radical, it is recommended to do like a tablespoon per 50 pounds. So, and that's just on a maintenance level, and you can go up from there. And Dr. Wallach, I've known some really sick adults that have taken 12 ounces a day, and within a couple months, they're no longer sick.
Yeah,
And that's with the 90, not by itself, with the 90.
No. With all of these, you have to have the 90. These are what we call secret sauces, okay? And they're specific, which I say, killers of bad things. But you need the 90 essential nutrients for all the tissues and cells and organs of the body that require the nutrition to do their job, okay?
Yes.
So you must still do all the 90 essential nutrients, and then these are add-ons. And so when you look at my breakfast table, I've got 50 bottles on there, 50 bottles. I take everything from there twice a day, from all those bottles twice a day, some of them 3 times a day.
So, Dr. Wallach, the cow toddy, that's part of the 90 essential nutrients. OsteoFX, you can take one or the other. That's also part of the 90 essential nutrients. Dr. Wallach, where's your kids' toddy? Do you have the kids' toddy there on your desk? Because that for kids, that's going to be your vitamins and
I know I don't on here. Yeah, the kids' toddy, we made that. It's a liquid, okay, as a toddy sort of implies. The kids' toddy, and kids think it's fruit juice, and that's why they take it. Now, the reason why we came up with a kids' toddy was to make it easy for moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas to get kids to take their vitamins and minerals because it tastes good. It's a little juicy thing. And the kids' toddy, I apologize for not having something on here with that, but the kids' toddy make sure that every kid has easy access to their 90 essential nutrients. The kids' toddy, they can take it up until they're 8, 10, 12 years old, and then they really need to shift because of all the stuff going on in their bodies. They need to shift over to the 90 essential nutrients like the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack or the Healthy Start Pack or the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, depending on if they're doing physical exercise or working hard physically or not, okay? And so it's one of those things where you're exactly right. Don't leave the kids' toddy out. That has to be there. Grandma should have some at her house. Mom and dad should have it there for all their kids. And then they should have it in schools. They should have kids' toddy in schools. And instead of having them just have a little 10 o'clock break and they're all drinking water out of the water fountain, they should all have kids' toddy in schools at 10 in the morning and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon before they go home.
Well, at least the kids' sprinkles, Dr. Wallach. Kids' sprinkles are super easy to give our kids a lot of those nutrients plus some pre and probiotics to help their little tummies digest food and stay healthy. And they love them. They taste good. But as we've got people saying, I've got lots of comments coming in. This has to be made easier. And there's a reason why you don't mix all these things together, Dr. Wallach. One, we want time-released formulas. So you take what's needed in the morning to help you with the energy and the boost and the vitamins that get you through the day. You take the things that are more relaxing at night that help you sleep better. You take your essential fatty acids separately, which Doc has not gotten to, but those essential fatty acids cannot be mixed with other formulas. And why is that, Dr. Wallach?
Well, because when you take the essential fatty acids and put them with all these minerals, it turns into soap. Okay.
Well, it does turn rancid, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it turns into something that's not nutritional anymore. Okay, it's used to wash your car.
There you go. So what's the importance of essential fatty acids, Dr. Wallach, for little brains, hearts, lungs, kidneys, skin,
Also, something called hormones.
and hormones? That's right.
Yeah, essential fatty acids, EFAs, and of course they come in soft gel capsules, obviously, and they come in. They're kind of a clear honey color, and then there's some of them because we didn't want the sunlight. If somebody left them on the kitchen windowsill, we didn't want sunlight to damage them. So we in bottles and capsules that are either a dark blue or black.
Or brown. Yes. So they are capsule, and absolutely right, Dr. Wallach. So folks, we've got colloidal silver to help keep the immune system strong and keep from having it attacked by different
and
viruses.
Also it directly kills the bugs. This is actually a bug killer. Okay, it's a bug killer, but it also assists the body to kill bugs. Okay, and it's been around for 400 years. There was villages 400 years ago. Entire villages were being wiped out by viral plagues, and some guy who was a hunter, okay, had left some little chunks of silver ore from a mine in their drinking water, and they're drinking that water. He had forgotten those chunks that were down in the bottom of that bottle, and these people are getting better. Everybody else in the village is dying, and his family are all doing well. That was because the colloidal silver. He figured that out and made it available to all the other nearby villages, and that was 400 years ago.
So that's a long time. So that's just one part of keeping the immune system strong. The minerals are another part of keeping the minerals within the body, because Dr. Wallach, you found through your pathology work that there are over 600 different poor health conditions that are directly linked to mostly mineral deficiency. Yes, there's vitamin deficiency symptoms in there as well, but there's more often than not mineral deficiencies that link to over 600 different poor health conditions, which then leads us into the cow toddy, the osteo effects, which is another support for the immune system, because not only do we have our immune system within our digestive system, the immune system is within our bones. So if we don't have strong bones and that strong bone marrow, we're not going to have strong blood that goes through the system that helps to protect us. So,
and this is a green white bottle.
The plant-derived minerals.
The plant-derived minerals. Okay.
That comes in 2 flavors, also 3 flavors. So you've got the plain, like Dr. Wallach is holding up. You've got the strawberry kiwi, which is a yummy, yummy flavor. I actually will take that, or the cherry mints as a dessert after my dinner because it tastes so good. And then I don't have the cravings for anything sweet like dessert. But the biggest cause of cravings is mineral deficiencies, which if you listen to any of our program before, and if you're in the animal world and you've ever dealt with like horses, they do cribbing. Well, that cribbing is because of mineral deficiencies.
Yeah, they're searching for minerals. Well, this is what the cherry mints look like. Cherries on the bottle. And then it lists all the minerals that are in here.
Yep.
Okay. It's like
the minerals in there.
The plant-derived minerals with cherry juice added to it. Okay. And so,
all of these,
go ahead.
All of these things are gluten-free, folks. So if you're not familiar with the effects of gluten in the body, think of that word glue. Goes within, it coats the inside of your intestines. It actually compacts them, sticks them together so that your intestines, that villi, rather than looking like a shag rug on the inside of your intestines, it gets compacted as food's going through, it packs it, and then it looks like a water hose, eliminating majority of the surface
that
allows for nutrient absorption. So just one more reason to avoid gluten. And folks, the protein, gluten is a protein. The protein that's in oatmeal does the exact same thing.
Yeah. And of course, doctors are always telling people, eat more grains, eat more grains. They should get put in jail every time they say that, okay, because it kills people when they start eating wheat, barley, rye, oats, and buckwheat and that kind of stuff. And this is why what should I say, the Asians live a lot longer than we do, because they eat rice instead of wheat, barley, rye, and oats. They eat rice instead of wheat, barley, rye, and oats. They eat rice instead of wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And that's why they live 10 to 15 to 20 years longer than we do.
And that's because they don't have that gluten that is coating and killing the villi within their digestive systems. Not that rice has high nutritional value, but it's not hindering the nutrients from the rest of the food that they eat from being able to be utilized by the body. Well, Dr. Wallach, we only have about, we're going to go a little bit over because we started a little late, but we do have hands up with questions, Doc. So
Okay.
let's go to the first hand. And folks, Dr. Wallach does this all by weight. So when your kiddos get to about 75 pounds, 50 to 75 pounds, you can switch them over to the Healthy Body Start Pack.
Yeah, from
which
the
is a
kids,
simple,
from the kids toddy.
From Kids Toddy to the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which is in the Healthy Body Start Pack, the Osteo Effects, which Dr. Wallach mentioned, we have it in powder and also liquid, and then your EFA Plus. That's a great ratio and combination of omegas 3, 6, and 9 that you need for optimal health. So, Doc, first question is going to go over to AJ. AJ, unmute yourself. What question do you have for Doc today?
Hey, Doc, I got two questions for you today. And I just, but before I ask my question, I just got to say that I'm a big man and you make me want to cry when I just hear about how selfless you've been and what a hero you are to sue the FDA just to help children and to save lives. You're the man. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being so, what should I say, a big part of our team. And we can't thank you enough for your compliments. We're going to make sure that everybody knows all the great things you do. You're really putting a lot of your life into helping other people too. So we're really appreciative of everything you do.
Well, you set the excellent example, Doc. So William is 5'8", 235 pounds, and is recovered from bladder cancer. He no longer apparently has the bladder cancer, but he's suffering from bladder wall thickness and periodic urethral pain. Is there anything that he can do to reduce the thickness and the pain? He urinates several times a night and day.
Well, he needs to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no brown rye oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. The diet one's got to go. He's got to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, take a full dose at breakfast, full dose at dinner time. He also needs to support his immune system. That would be the I-26. He can take 3 of those chewables 3 times a day, or he can take 3 capsules 3 times a day, or 3 doses of the powder 3 times a day of the, excuse me, yeah, and make sure he gets a hold of that product, because the I-26 will ramp up on the immune system and reduce swelling and all that kind of stuff, and help reduce the pain. Okay.
Thank you, Doc. And then my second question is from Chuck. Chuck is 77. He's 5'7" and 250 pounds. He has erosive osteoarthritis, which is an inflammatory form of osteoarthritis in his hands and his middle fingers, his joints, and now his big toe is bothering him. What can Chuck do?
Okay. When you're talking about arthritis, can't find my paper, but oh, there it is. When you have arthritis, It's very expensive. It's not only painful, but doctors make each year in America. This is their income from osteoarthritis, right? $626.8 billion a year. Okay. And from osteoporosis, which is kind of a cousin to arthritis, $6.7 trillion a year. It's the biggest money earner for doctors is arthritis and osteoporosis. So he weighs 250 pounds. He needs to get rid of all those bad foods. He needs to take 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs per month, take a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. He also needs the, let's see here, I'd go with the rebound, okay, for energy kind of stuff. And the rebound, of course, there's 30 of these sticks in a box. I have to go through 2 boxes a month because I take 2 of these a day. That's we made them for Theo Ratliff, our great basketball player. And so arthritis in kids, arthritis in young adults, arthritis in senior adults, and so on, are easily reversible with the program I just gave you.
Excellent, Doc. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, well, thank you for all the great work you do. We appreciate you. And we're going to make sure that we're going to take care of all these people who are being milked like a cow.
All right. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So we want to get to the root of the cause, folks, not just mask the symptoms that you have to continually mask. Yes, you have to continually give the body what it needs. But when you give the body what it needs, it's going to save you a lot of pain, suffering, and money in the long run. Now, we do have a question, Dr. Wallach, from Robert on YouTube. He said, so do you take the essential fatty acids by themselves? I take mine with food, Dr. Wallach.
Well, you take it with food as part of your supplements with your meal. And I take about half of my supplements before I start putting food in my mouth. Okay, but I take it with my rebound. And then as my meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or a snack, as it goes along, I finish the rest of my pills and tablets and capsules and powder and liquids. Okay, but I have already taken my digestive enzymes like 10 minutes before I start eating. Okay, so my digestive enzymes are waiting in the stomach for the food to come down there. You don't want to take the digestive enzymes after you eat. If you take the digestive enzymes after you eat, the digestive enzymes are chasing the food and never quite get to it.
It's like trying to catch a cat that just keeps running away. Yeah. So that's a great analogy. And folks, the enzymes actually have enzymes in there that help break down fats, proteins, carbohydrates. It also has ox bile, which is a substance that mimics what the gallbladder itself exerts into the digestive system. So especially if you do not have a gallbladder, the ultimate enzymes is the one thing. It's not just the one thing, but that is one of the things you want to add to your daily intake so that you're getting the most out of your food and have a better functioning digestive system. Now, Julius has a question, Dr. Wallach, about quinoa. Quinoa is a grain or a seed that he's wanting to know if it's like buckwheat and if it causes issues. No, it is not like buckwheat. Buckwheat has what's called phagopyrene, which is a photo sensitivity type chemical that is on the plant itself, which then can cause major irritation. We don't want it around our horses, especially in areas that they eat. But that contamination can be on the buckwheat that then affects the insides of our intestines. And certain people, because of the composition of quinoa, there are some people that are not able to eat quinoa. But for the others, quinoa is a great protein that can be added to the diet. So I just wanted to add that in there, Dr. Wallach. And let's go to Mary. Mary, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic, Mary. How are you today? And what question do you have for Dr. Wallach?
Yes, Dr. Wallach, I'm working with a family that has a teenage daughter, 5'6", 100 pounds. She's actually a Division I basketball player, not able to play right now as she had tweaked her knee and was diagnosed with a hole in the cartilage in her knee. And apparently that hole has grown. They didn't know about that. They met with the orthopedic surgeon. He's offered to do some surgery to get rid of some of the old cartilage in there and tie things up with rehab afterwards. They're
Okay.
trying to understand what are their options.
Okay, well, their options are if they want to give us a month, 2 months, 3 months before they consider surgery, because her knees are telling her she's got nutritional deficiencies. She can't maintain her cartilage because she's not getting her nutrients. Okay, and they're going to cut her cartilage out because it's got a hole in her knees. Well, that's because she's not got any nutrients. So at 100 pounds, she needs to get rid of all the bad foods: no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, butter, and oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. So everybody in the family's got to eat that same way. Otherwise, she'll run away from home. Okay, if you just keep those away from her and everybody else is eating that stuff in front of her. All right. Then at 100 pounds, she needs 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. Take a half a dose of everything at breakfast, half a dose of everything at dinner time. She also needs the ultimate, the I-26, excuse me. She can have, let's see here. I'd have her take 2 of those soft chewables at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's going to help her with everything, her immune system, also making sure she's all her functions are working, including repair functions. And then she needs to take, in addition to that, she needs to take the glucogel, take more glucogel. Glucogel was invented for professional basketball players. I am the guy who invented glucogel, and it rebuilds cartilage within your knees and your hips and your ribs and your between your vertebrae. Okay, all those cartilages,
Disc.
yeah, disc, they all get rebuilt. Okay, when you put them on the glucogel.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Wallach. I appreciate that.
All right. Good job, Dr. Wallach. And yes, Dr. Wallach, you've coined 2 phrases. One of them has to do with athletes. Do you know what that one is off the top of your head?
Well, help me.
Dead athletes don't lie, folks.
Oh yeah, dead athletes don't lie, just like dead doctors don't lie. Yeah.
And another one, Dr. Wallach, that has to do with exercise. Exercise without supplementation
is suicide.
There you go, folks. So we don't want to kill ourselves exercising. We've got to intentionally supplement and give the body what it needs so that it can keep up with all the hard work you're putting it under.
Yeah, all the nutrients come out in your sweat. And so if you're sweating every day, okay, all your nutrients are coming out. And if you're not supplementing with extra nutrients, guess what? You're getting milk like a cow, but you're not getting any nutrition to replace what you just lost.
Absolutely. And we have AJ with his hand up again. AJ.
Yeah, me again. Doc, Clarina wants to know about her knee, that she's got a severe knee problem, and the doctors want to do a knee surgery. She's trying to avoid the knee surgery. Very similar to the last caller, except Clarina is a big adult and not a college basketball player. What do you think that she should do? Is it very similar, even though she's older?
Well, it doesn't matter if you're 200 years old. If you take the nutrients, your body will rebuild what was missing. Okay. So she needs to get rid of all the bad food. She needs to take 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs. Take a full dose at breakfast, full dose at dinner time. She also needs to take the rebound for drinking instead of even the diet drinks. If they're carbonated, will be very disastrous. Okay, so the rebound is a great way to get energy. It also has a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals in there. That's what one of the things that made it work for our professional basketball players. And so no, we can help her. And she should give us, I always say, give us 90 days before she makes up her mind. But if she does exactly as we say, and you are on it, you say the right things, you got it down pat, Thank you so much, AJ.
Thank you, Doc.
All right. Well, Dr. Wallach, let's close out this great show. Folks, you've been listening to Dr. Joel Wallach and his recommendations on what we can do to build healthy kids and healthy adults. If I could get my co-hosts up on the screen with me, we could not do this without them. Greatly appreciate all of their support. For those of you who are here live with us in the Zoom, you are, especially if you have that chat open, you are experiencing the great talents of Marilyn as she is doing the dictation and putting what is spoken into text so that you can take screenshots of that and share that with your coach saying, hey, this is similar to what I've got going on. How can you help me get these products? Also, you can take that and not only is it giving you what products to take, but she also includes what Dr. Wallach's dosing recommendations are. So thank you so much, Marilyn, for that. Folks, make sure that you have that chat open and you can take screenshots or pictures with your camera, whatever device you're working on. It's easy to do. We also have with us Dr. Wallach on today's show. How come I'm not seeing everybody? There we go. We have Sherry. And Sherry, as you can see, she has multiple different certificates behind her. And she joined us within Longevity because she found the solutions that she needed nutritionally to help her clients much better than what she was able to do with food alone. Folks, there's not the nutrition in the food that the body needs to sustain itself because it's not in the soil either. So we just thank Sherry for all that she does and being part of our tech crew. We also have AJ, who is very instrumental in getting the program out on the different platforms so we can reach people where they're.
I'm sorry we got behind, but we started late on my.
Oh, yes. So, Dr. Wallach, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much for all that you do and for helping us to be able to help other people. Oh, you're muted. But yeah, Dr. Wallach has to go on another program. So, Doc, I'm just going to put you in the waiting room and have a great, fantastic day and another great show. All right. And we have Albert who is letting people into the Zoom room. So I just want to say thank you, Albert, for all that you do and being there even through power failures. We appreciate that. There's always those backup generators. And helping him let people in the room and also keeping an eye out on the different platforms. We have Rod. Thank you so much, Rod, for being out there and keeping track of what's going on. And we have, last but not least, my executive production manager, Ruth Ellen Sanchez. Ruth Ellen is a big part of this stream in making sure that what we see here gets put into a program that adds the header and the footer and then the sound, and it gets pushed out onto all the different platforms. So thank you so much, Ruth Ellen, as that was a little bit of the technical problems we were having, but we got it all figured out. Besides getting Doc on the program, he did not give up, and neither do we, folks. You have been watching Daily with Doc and Becca. Thank you so much for joining us. Get back with the person that shared this program with you. And again, if there is no one to thank, we do have a call team and also email that you can reach us through. Call team number is 855-949-3377. The email that you can reach us for information is, I did say Ruth Ellen. I'm getting notes. I'm like, you forgot.
You didn't forget me, but I
but she has her hand up.
I have my hand up. Yes, because Krista Way is going to be on with us tomorrow as a follow-up from Monday's program, talking about Life Force product line. And I don't remember right off the top of my head exactly what she's going to be speaking about, but please join us because she has a lot to share and some just amazing information. Thank you.
Yes.
everyone.
Thank you so much for that. And Life Force is one of the product lines that has been incorporated and brought into the longevity umbrella of trusted products. Now back to how you can contact us. You can send in your questions at dailywithdoc.com. If you have questions, you'd like to get help with your own health and what it would take to help get you back on a road to a better health journey. And this is all based on Dr. Wallach's recommendations and some of the extra products like the Life Force products that have been brought into the umbrella that we utilize to help people reach their goals. And if you're interested in joining us as part of the team, we want to invite you to do so. You can email us or call, either one, but this is for people who are not already working with somebody. They're the ones that you want to call at info@dailywithdoc.com or 855-949-3377. Thank you so much to my team. Thank you so much to our live studio audience. And also thank you so much to all of you who are watching us, whether it's the live stream, video or audio, or a replay. You all are smarter now than most of the people you talk to. So it's time to share the information and let them receive that knowledge as well, so they can incorporate it into their lives and have a better health journey. Together, we help our families, our communities, and the world become a healthier, happier place. Until next time, my name is Becca Dukes. Thank you again for joining us. Bye for now. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.